Hi friends, it's Gloria from Golden Bucket Farm. I'm the Jersey Lady One here on YouTube, and hello, welcome to my channel. I'm back today, not doing cows, just had to have something here to kind of have the camera focus on. Back to share more of my altered playing cards in the challenge that Sally Van Nuys has going on here on YouTube called, let's see, it's hashtag YTcardchallenge. Okay, so I showed the beginnings of my project. That's altering all the cards, a deck of cards into little artworks. So, okay, I showed my first two and the beginning of the third. And what I used as backgrounds on my cards these first four was this kind of boo-boo photo that I was printing, and the printer was low on ink, and it made these weird colors, but it really turned out nicely for the backgrounds of these cards. So I just put them on with, I don't know, whatever glue I grabbed, and covered the back with scrapbook paper, white colors, because I can journal on them or use that as a yeah as a gift tag, or if I send it out like an ATC, an artist trading card, I can just put with a removable sticker or a post-it note or something with my information on the back. So this was my third card, and I had it started. I said that I was going to put some of this cotton and metallic crochet thread around the edge, and I like to use that. I need a new stash of that. Put it into half water, half glue. I don't use anything special, just some dollar, what does it come, 2 for $1 or something. This is Jot from the Dollar Tree. Not any special glue, and just about half and half, just a little tiny bit into a throwaway little paper cup, and dunk as much as you think you're going to need to go around or to do your project. I don't wring it out or anything, just take off any big glue globs. And anyway, so this is around the edge, and boy, it's really on there tight. So that's, wait, whoops, flying cards. The edging is like the road of life or the road of a journey, if that's what you're thinking about. Kind of made me think of camping when I was young with my family, when I was a girl. And I put glossy accents. I have some really old, but it just seems like it lasts forever. Glossy accents on the trees and on the sign. And so that's my third card. And then the fourth background that I cut out of the photo paper, the boo-boo photo paper, was this pink one that I think was the grass, now that I look at it. On this card, my main image is a little fence with a cluster of flowers and some raffia, and this came part of a swap. I've done 2 for sure, maybe 3, with a gal, you probably know her too, Scrap Da World. It's Scrap DA World, Scrap Da World here on YouTube, and she does just wonderful crafts, but she's done just terrific swaps. She's really got that down. I think in this one, where there are 56 people, so there were like 7 groups of 8, something like that. So, you Yeah, you make a bunch of stuff, not just one, but you make a set of something usually. It just depends on what, what the swap is. Um, get a lot back and you get to meet a lot of other crafters too, so that's fun. Anyway, so I did that, put that part on. This little blessings to you came from a greeting card. I double matted it and went around the edge with Art Deco glitter. This is from Dollar Tree again. I like this bottle, especially. This is for nail art. See, it has a really thin little brush, so you can really get into small areas and do small details. So, yeah. And then I put just some Dollar Tree bling on there in 2 colors for the corners, and that made that card. And again on the back, just some kind of light colored paper. I don't like to paint on the back usually because I like to be able to write on the back. So that's the 4 that I've done so far. And now moving on to another 6 that I've got planned. This, I should have said about when I was talking about the crochet cotton. I think I said last time that with the little snippets, I make little bows and things. And this is, nice and stiff. I probably trim the little tails on that when I use it, but if I have any left over, or sometimes I just sit down and make, a half a dozen or more of these little bows that I can put on things. You could do this with, really thin ribbon or whatever kind of little string or whatever you have, just half and half glue, and it really works nicely. Okie doke. Let's see. So my next project, and I was going to look up, and I feel really bad I didn't do that. There was a lady, I will put it in the description box, who had she was altering playing cards, but she wasn't part of this challenge. And she put her cards, she did 8 of them. And as I say, I'll put a link to her video where she does this. She put 8 cards together with washi tape. And she painted on both sides. And I just did one. And I did what she did. I used a extra playing card and put on, I have got some white paint that I need to use up here. Apple Barrel from Plaid, just white paint, and like that. That's all there was, and let it dry. Now, she used her washi tape on the backs as part of the design of her, little cards. But I think when I do it, I'm going to take it apart and, yeah, I decided here, I need that back. Yeah, I'm just going to take it apart, and I'll take the tape off then. Okay, so what's going to go on here, these next 6 are going to have a sewing theme. And I have quite a few. I've inherited sewing patterns. I like to sew too, but this is from the big hair, big shoulders time of I think this one was 1989. So I decided to sacrifice one of the patterns because I don't think I'm going to be making a prom dress for myself anytime soon, and put the parts of the tissue pattern on with Mod Podge and kind of shushel them up. But I picked parts that had a lot of writing on, not just the plain part, you know, of the pattern. So I kind of tore those off. And anyway, I'll cover up the back because these 6 cards are going to have a sewing, yeah, pretty much a sewing theme. Okay, so we'll put that on. And then what's going to go on after that is what I had out here before. And I'm not really sure who these dies came from. Boy, there's just a huge set of them. It was something the company had, like cottage cuts, maybe? Might that be it? I've had them for several years, but they're just lovely, and they're really detailed, but they come out just fine. And so, like I say, these 6 will have kind of a sewing theme, so it might say, "So glad we're friends," or something like that, with a little bling down below with the pattern paper on the back. And I don't know what I'll do around the edge. Maybe some, oh, I don't know, texture paste or something around the edges of it. So that's what these 6 are going to be. And this is a needle and thread. Here's a dress form. There's a thimble, a needle, and a spool of thread. There's even a knitting, a skein of yarn and some knitting needles, another kind of thread with some buttons, and oh gosh, there's other ones. There's 2 kinds of scissors. There's safety pins, open and close. There's a hanger. Here's a little sewing machine and a heart. So I've got plenty to put on, as well as along the edges. There's just like a stitch kind of die, and also a cross stitch die that actually cuts it so that, you know, you can use ribbon or thread or something along the edge of your project. So, or just leave it pretty and put some other kind of color behind it. Anyway, so I had 4, and this is 6 in the works. And then I had mentioned that I had used 6 of the cards from this deck of cards to make a little book. And I laid my hand on it. Here we go. Okay. And I put it together. I made this a long time ago. Maybe last Christmas already, with some Christmas theme. This is holly and holly berries and things like that. Washi tape. So I think what I'm going to do with this little book is use some of my Christmas cards, cut those up, and do 6 cards on the front. And if it'll work, put 6 on the back. Okay, so that would be 12 then, to go along with the 10. Boy, am I counting my chickens before they're hatched? Could be. But anyway, that would be what? 12 and 10. Yeah, 12 and 10 is 22. So getting kind of closer to the halfway point of 52. The other 4, the next 4, that would bring me up to 26. Betsy Doodle was showing she had gotten some embossed papers from, you know, in Happy Mail. And oh man, I have tons of embossing folders, and truth be told, I'm not making the best use of them. So I think those next, at least the next 4 after that, that'll bring me up to 26, you know, will be with embossing backgrounds. And so that's where I am with the altered playing card challenge. Again, I will put in the description box the lady who whose idea it was to put the cards together with washi tape and, and put your colors on. I mean, she put lots of, streaky, blobby made painty papers of her cards, okay? And I just did this in order to block out the printing, so that I could put my pattern paper on there, my pattern tissue. So anyway, that's my project so far, and I'll get back to you soon. I'll leave you with this. This is Christmas Eve, or not Christmas Eve, duh, we've done that. Okay, that happened again. I'm going to have to investigate. I'm getting a new camera, so maybe this won't happen again. Anyway, this card says, blessings to you. This is New Year's Eve. Sending all good thoughts to you for 2020 as we move out of 2019 into a new decade. Looking forward to all good things in this new year. Take care. God bless. See you soon. Ta-ta. Gloria.